Have you ever seen a resume which talks about failure? That I have missed this technology stack, I have missed a deadline, I didn't work well in the particular project. No. A resume is always a good version of a candidate. Candidate tries to boost what he did successfully in a particular project, how strong he is in the particular technology stack. But then, if you read a resume in a proper way, you'll be able to understand on exactly where the candidate is good at. That's why resume reading skill is very important for a recruiter. Now, we will see some genuine resumes from the market, live resumes which are floating in the market. We have taken some snippets of the particular resume through which we will try to understand how to read and what is there to exactly figure out the candidate and the persona of a particular candidate. So the first example, if you see here, you can see this candidate is working on a startup, developing some WhatsApp solution. He has mentioned the skill sets: front-end, React.js, middle layer, Python, Node.js, backend, database. So if you are searching for these skill sets in your Boolean search, this resume would definitely come in because all skill sets are mentioned here. But has he been working on all these skill sets? No. So here he is clearly mentioning my involvement is in terms of UI admin portal development with React.js. So on these three layers, he is majorly working on this UI layer, not in middle layer and not in backend layer. So this would clearly indicate that you should be putting this candidate only for the UI layer, only for the React.js role, not for the other roles or other technology stacks that has been mentioned in the particular resume. This is the other resume. Now, in this resume, in this particular project, if you see, he has clearly mentioned what tech stacks that this candidate has been working on. He has clearly mentioned for microservices, he has used Express.js, clearly mentioned for live data server, he has been using WebSockets. He has mentioned about Firebase, he has mentioned where he has used Java, he has mentioned where he has used Node.js. This mentions that this candidate has been hands-on on those skill sets and has on live used these skill sets for the particular project and for the particular module. Now we discuss about project duration and project team size. So here if you see, this candidate is working on our project from 2020 to 2022, which is like a duration of 2.8 years in a team size of 4. So 2.8 years, which is nearly 3 years project and a 4 years team size, you can understand what is his criticality in the particular project. He would have been a core member of the particular project. He would know ins and outs of the particular product and he would be able to explain that very neatly. And this is something that you should always look into. Now, I have seen many people asking like, how can an engineering or a technical resume be data oriented? Now this is an example. Now here he is clearly mentioning how he has increased or reduced the API's response time from 6 seconds to 300 milliseconds. How he has basically moved the conversion rate by 2%. All these numbers means that he has nearly done it. He has measured these metrics. He is able to calculate how the movement has happened, how the needle movement has happened. Now this is what data orientation is. A technical resume can also be data oriented. And this would happen only if suppose he has been involved into it and is able to get the data and is able to measure the metrics of it. This shows a problem solving ability of a particular candidate. Now if you see here, he has clearly mentioned that he was involved in terms of product development from ideation to development, improvement in the future, reaching out to 50,000 users. He is also mentioning how he optimized the code and performance application by 40%. Now, if suppose he is able to showcase this, that means he was able to understand the problem. Here, he has optimized the code. That means he was able to understand whether there was a problem in terms of you have to optimize the code. And then he has to implement the solution for it. And he has to be able to measure how the solution has worked. And then he has brought in saying like 40% movement hua hai. The needle movement has happened. Now this could happen only if suppose a person is able to solve the particular problem, identify the particular problem and implement the solutions around that. This can also give you indication of problem solving ability. Now we also discussed about internal movement, right? Promotions. A person is able to prove himself and move ahead with it. So this is one of an example. Now this is a person working in a company called Versa Innovation, and now if you see here how he has moved into. So in a span of 5 years, he has got 3 promotions. So this showcases that he has been able to move something there, able to prove something for the company, so that the company was able to reward him with promotions. Now this would not happen if suppose he has not done it. Why would a company just give a promotion to a candidate and move him up to the ladder? From a senior software engineer, he has been able to move to a principal engineer in just a span of 5 years. Now this is what you look into. So these kind of insights, these kind of hints is what you need to look into a resume, to kind of read the resume, understand the resume, evaluate a candidate and bring in the right candidate for the right job. Now as I clearly mentioned, a resume is a hall ticket for the candidate, and if you are shortlisting the right resume, you are bringing the right candidate for the job for which the team has been waiting for. Happy screening.